Freddie was such a surprise that he got what he wanted for his birthdays. When Nova and I got stuck with hand-me-downs, his nickname was Golden Boy because apparently he could do no wrong. I was sure if he murdered me in my sleep, Mom would forgive him and give him a candy bar. Freddie and I are fraternal twins and look nothing alike. But that didn't stop Mom attempting to dye my hair when I was little, so I would have Freddie's red locks. I have natural brown hair. While he's a redhead and Nova is a blonde, normal people would question that. But in our town, it was pretty normal for kids not to have their parents due to lengths people, while it was kids. I heard rumors that Miracle Generation were created from witchcraft. But the people who spread those rumors also thought the earth was a giant tomato. It was the first time since learning about the curse as a kid did I start to actually question it. Much of Mom's distant, Freddie had already told me to cut with the questions, kicking me under the table, but once I started asking them, I couldn't stop. So much was on my mind. Steph's mental state seemed to be fine. He wasn't suicidal or struggling with having bad thoughts. At least, that's what it seemed like from the outside looking in it. It doesn't make sense. I had to ask for the third or fourth time. Well, aware I was hyper-fixed on this, why now? I forked pasta into my mouth, ignoring my twin's glare. If we were cursed, why wait a whole 17 years? Maria. My mom cleared her throat, her lips pausing on the rim of her glass with wine in it. When Dad worked late, Mom pulled out the wine. We weren't supposed to tell him. What did I tell you about discussing business that is not ours? But it is my business. I said, Steph is my friend. He was my friend. Freddie had already finished his dinner, occasionally glancing at his Switch. You didn't even like him. And do you remember you called him asshole? This time, I kicked him. And from the way he jumped in his seat, his eyes widening, from the fraction of a second, it hurt him. We were 12 when he stole my doll. You still call him an asshole, Freddie said, in a sing-song in his gaze, flickering back to his game. I actually played with him, and he only wanted your attention because he wanted to play with your DS. I called him a big-nosed freak. I splatted back. So did you? Nova, our more well-behaved little sister, ducked her head to hide her laughter. That's enough. Mom, who was halfway through her wine bottle, slammed the glass on the table. Her eyes found mine. Maria, if you ask one more question about Daniel's case, I will take your phone for a week. Freddie snickered, but she snapped at him too. That goes for you too. She stood up. I'm going upstairs. Whoever's on the rotary, please clean the dishes and make the kitchen tidy before your father comes home, please. Freddie hiffled like a child, folding his arms. What about Nova? He gestured to her. She was laughing. I was not, she snickered. I could tell by the sudden noise which escaped my brother's mouth, our little sister had joined me in my assault. Mom didn't reply, taking the glass of wine and the whole bottle and sinking upstairs as usual. We were used to it. Every night when Dad was at work, Mom abandoned us at the dinner table and did the same usual route and she would do with us since we were little kids. Armed with nothing but wine and a candle, Mom would lock herself in the bedroom into early hours in the next morning. Then, when we were 10, Freddie and I attempted to sneak in to see what she was doing.